laying in bed, I think about the day that happened, our first trip, our first reconnaissance, even into Drakkenheim. We found a couple of tunnels, fought some mimics, ran into some other people, avoided a group, but we couldn't avoid the second one. We tried to do like an ambush situation, but it seems in a way we got ambushed. A giant, like, horror came out of the ground, causing the earth to kind of split where it was coming. Even, um, I guess they called it a juggernaut. It was huge. Ton of respect for Shell though. He stood up to that thing like no nothing. That thing couldn't hit him for the world if it tried. But he just stood there, letting everybody kind of take care of it. Same with Jorzen. Man, the clutch, making it laugh the whole time. Couldn't move because it was laughing so hard. Like, come on, that was brutal but awesome. Of course, I should have. I kind of blame myself a little bit. I should have called out to everybody and said, "Don't attack it until the shell is out of the way." Um, it was almost dead, and I kind of noticed that it was kind of glowing a little bit, like a beacon in a way. And then I told Shell to get away from it, but unfortunately, he couldn't get away on time. Warren, Warren kind of thought, "I've got to try to protect everybody," and shot it, took it out. It blew up. Unfortunately, Shell didn't make it out without consequences. To this point, or to this moment, I don't exactly know what the corruption might have happened, but hopefully it's not as bad as the other one that we had to deal with on the way down here with Chicken. But, you know, we made it back safely. Shell seems alright. Of course, he's got to cover up his arm. Um, the group we met helped out a little bit, but didn't really do very much other than just tell us to get away. Protectors of the town or the city, even? Come on. You guys didn't protect anything, you just wanted to run away. But we made it back safely, fortunately, without any more incidents. We got Shell up, but you know, we don't exactly know what's going on yet. I'm sure he'll tell us as the time comes. I'll just have to keep an eye on him, just to make sure it doesn't progress too much. I don't really want to try to heal him just yet. I want to check out the symptoms, see if it's like what happened with Chicken. If it's day by day he loses himself, or some other thing happens. So Shell was warned to stay out of Amberwood. So I gave him my tent, and Warren, Shell, uh, and Gwen, they stayed behind, and everybody else kind of went into the town and went to sleep. And that's where I am now, struggling to fall asleep, but I'm sure exhausted, I'll eventually fall. Then you hear, and then you hear snoring because I fall asleep.
All right, thank you very much for the recap. Is Gwen your next on recap?
Okie dokie.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Missed a lot.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to watch some of the recap. I got some of it, and then Kira was filming it, and I was like, dang.
I don't think I uploaded
Mustn't.
it. That's the problem. I don't know if I did or not because it's my last video update was 7 days ago, so I have a lot of videos I haven't updated. I will just
Right, it
have to
was either that
spam.
or I was watching Tuesdays.
I almost have 1,000 videos on YouTube. It's disgusting. I have 800 something. Good God. YouTube's gonna like fucking like eventually be like, nah, we're gonna cap you. You're gonna have to make a new YouTube.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
Over 1,000? I don't know. What the hell? We'll see. I'll just make a second channel. Alright. Alright, let me get the map here. And you're back in town. Cozy as hell. Everybody's separated from each other. So you guys wake up the next day, seeing fit. Getting a full rest and replenishing yourselves. Shell, you still feel weak in your stupor, but you do get replenished to rest for the time being.
I forget, we're 4 now, right? Yeah, we're 4. Wait, 3? No, we're 3.
Still 3.
We're 3?
Yeah.
I thought we didn't. I thought we were still 2, but.
Well,
He gave us a level up when we
Yeah,
were
we
in
leveled up.
Drakkenheim.
Yeah, I gave you a level up in Drakkenheim.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That was
we
nice.
forgot to tell you.
When we ended
As the
the
story
session,
runs itself, they actually wanted you to go to the level 2 in Drac, and I'm like, nah, you're gonna die. We're gonna put you to 3rd level. Because you need your skills.
We're
Yeah,
still
definitely.
deciding, right?
If you were at 2nd level at that fight, you would have died.
Yeah. I think I would have gotten unconscious the moment I got hit.
Well, I was level 2 at the fight.
Little baby. Little baby getting fucked up.
Let's roll. Okay.
Alright, so what do you guys wish to do? We'll start off with Aragon, since he's by himself, unless you wake up the next day.
Harangon would probably. I think most of them said that they were gonna find sleep at the chapel. Correct.
Correct.
I believe Stripes and Jorzen are. Yeah.
Harangon would slowly kind of make his way out to the chapel.
Oh,
And he would
sorry.
sort of-
What's this? You will have to roll, actually. I have to read
Oh yeah, that's fine.
contamination. Oh, no. You can still
Oh,
do
okay,
whatever you need to do. It's for Shell. He has to roll a d20 for contamination. Every night he sleeps. For the
Oh,
rest of the game.
Does this make it worse, or?
Yes, if you get a certain number, you gain more contamination. It raises.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was only when he gets.
No, I had to double check it. You're fine. If you ever get a 1, you gain a level.
Like a level, like a character level? I'm just...
Contamination levels.
Eventually,
level.
eventually, I'll have to take
It's
on
level-
It's worse
10.
because if he gains more, the symptoms as they go, I'm not going to spoil any of it, but it does impact your character on how he plays. As he gets more symptoms, is the worse he struggles with it. AKA, you're going to have a lot of handicaps.
Yeah, the only thing I know about this contamination stuff for my ability is allegedly there might be mutations sometime.
Yeah, mutation is permanent. Reversing it, there's a chance you can reverse it, but mostly it's a wish spell that reverses it.
Mm-hmm.
Madness is a part of it as well, but he already has madness.
Actually, question then, really quick, if it doesn't break the game or anything.
Go ahead.
For like this contamination stuff and how there's like a spell purge contamination, is that something kind of like when we would
knows about that.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was like a priest thing, where we would go and.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's not something that's. It's
not common.
It's not very. It's very rare. There's only very few people who know about how to use it, but it's not something easily given or obtained or used. Like people thought they could just go to the chapel and get her to help you out. No.
Cool. Good to
until
know.
you made your mark in Drakkenheim, it's not like it's foreign. Like, yes, you want a cure, but it's not going to be easily available. And even if it was easily available, it's going to cost you every dime and nickel you have.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Good to know. Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
No, it's not. It's not supposed to feel like there's because Drakkenheim is supposed to feel like you're on the edge of life and death. Yes, Dark Souls. Like that's why when they went out, they only found 25 gold pieces of loot. They didn't find much. It's not like you're gonna find
getting
epic
attacked.
sword. If you want to find good shit, you're gonna have to go into the deeper parts of the areas, and they'll have a higher risk of death.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't have maybe the help of a faction. You'll probably be by yourself. Alright, sorry. Haragon, as you head towards the chapel, you see Jorzen and Stripes finally wake up as they're putting their clothes on, potentially starting the day anew.
Oh, Jorzen, Stripes, over here. And I'll kind of flag down to them.
I'll go towards dinner.
Did you guys manage to sleep well?
Not that well. It was a lot to think about. Obviously.
No kidding.
I was thinking maybe we should take a trip over to the Shrine of the Old Gods.
Do you mind if I ask why?
Maybe they might know something about the corruption that Shell might be inflicted with.
Perhaps. I mean, I guess. Suppose it all depends on how dangerous the trip is.
Any more dangerous than going right to Drakkenheim again?
Well, he survived, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think the shrine would be as bad as Drakkenheim. Because that's ground zero, right?
I suppose.
But that's kind of a group decision, so.
Depending on how far the severity, I don't think we'll find any more too far away from the city.
Right, well,
We'll just meet up with everybody else and maybe talk with them about it.
Let's just we'll gather the rest of the group. I think the rest of them are sleeping just on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, they should be sleeping in the tent.
Did we go get anything before we go, or did we just head there?
I don't think we can really afford potions or anything. I think we just gotta keep looking, and eventually we'll have some. Do you have enough rations?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got 2 more, so. Well, I guess we should probably head out.
Yeah.
To
See
head
if
out, you see
see if Shell's worse.
You guys head out. You see a rather fat, bulbous man eventually coming in the cavern courtyard, opening his wares as he seemed fit. As he begins to pick out some rather really nice things. As you see this massive heaving over carriage decorated with gold filigree, glimmering lanterns, a hitch beside two great steel skin oxes, inhaling some green fumes from their snouts. Three lanky attendants grabs in light armor carrying crossbows patrolling the ground. Seated before the carriage, a buckled wooden chair, the massive human man who must be nearly 7 feet tall, almost as wide as his garbs, carefully tailored jet black silk, flattered in his obese frame, filled with a doublet of padded breeches and riding gloves, all worn under a great fur of lines cloak toppled with a feathered cap, each piercing delicate embroidered with elegant silver trim. The smell of fine tobacco mixed with perfume hangs around him as he smokes a fine black pipe and drinks a bottle of vintage wine. As this Rakshins grins as his flabby face, as he greets people warmly, anticipation to get down to business. As you see this individual selling some odd wares, magical items, and other things that cannot be obtained around this vicinity. The prices may be a little bit insane for many. As I will show you the man himself, as he has a really deep voice and he's fat. Enjoy a fat guy. As now a new vendor has arrived. They call him Ador the Immense. Aldor, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just put the name here.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near if that's the case. Only
He
being 3
sells
feet tall, that is.
wares that don't coexist anywhere in this location.
Hey, dinner. What do you think? Should we go and look?
I mean, we could. It wouldn't pose any harm just, looking before we go to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
That way we can kind of be prepared of what to expect, maybe. I don't know how long he's going to be here, but maybe he comes off.
As you look at his oxes, they are strange. They plume green smoke. They are not normal. As you can see, the three kind of guards he comes into possession are well-trained assassins, making sure no one steals from him.
I think it would definitely be interesting to see what he has. And maybe the rest of the group might need something that we could at least tell them about.
He could potentially have like a cure or even know of something to help out Shell as well.
Possibly, but something about him doesn't seem like he'll be the type to willingly give information.
No, I don't expect things for free, but you never know. Maybe we can come up with enough money in the next venture we go into.
Hopefully.
Gonna go and look at his wares.
Greetings! What can I help you with? I have many wares from other lands and worlds. Depending what your fancy, I might make you a good proposition on a deal.
Few little things. Do you have anything for corruption?
Corruption depends on the ailment, good sir.
We're not exactly sure at the moment. We just received a little bit yesterday, but Well, we looked into some anyways, and we're looking maybe to cure something that's been completely taken over, or even just slightly, maybe.
Well, I don't know what that means, but I have different potions and wares. Might help in a quick jiff, but it may not particularly be a great success. As he snaps his fingers, like, kind of lifts his belly off the chair as you kind of watch his body shakes a little bit. As he begins to take out a box, opening it and locking with a key, revealing a potion of great power. This, my friend, is a potion of greater restoration.
May I ask what what your asking rate is?
Oh, it's very pricey. From what I can tell, you can barely even feed yourself.
No, but I have a feeling one day we'll come into something.
One day, you're gonna have to get a lot of delirium for this. As he doesn't put a price on it, as he thinks you're too poor.
Oh. How nice.
Well, it's good to know. At least there's something out there that might help. We appreciate it.
Get some delirium, then we'll talk. He puts it away, locks it away, puts it in kind of back into his cart, and sits back down as you can feel the chair weaning for more of a help, as you can almost feel like the pegs almost giving way.
Do you have any weapons that a healer can use that would make it helpful?
You're too poor.
No, we're too poor, but
Yeah,
look.
there's no point in making a deal if you can't afford anything.
Okay. How often do you come around?
Whenever I feel like it. For the time being, I'll be here for a couple weeks. As you can see, he has big swords, different kinds of weapons. He doesn't have a lot, but he has a lot of things that you can obtain here. Magical items like a weapon, or potentially an amulet, or even something of worth value that would help you in Drakkenheim, or something to keep you safe. He has magical items, but his magical items are, as you know, priced reasonably high because the fact of the matter, nobody here can provide what a town could provide. And there's no towns nearby for miles, days, weeks, months.
I'll look back at Jorzen and dinner. Do you guys want to ask anything?
No,
I think my questions are just about answered, honestly.
I don't really.
He's Caleb's cousin from another campaign.
Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. You have yourself a good day.
He goes back to smoking.
And I'll walk towards the rest of the group there.
As we're walking towards the group, I'm going to talk to Paragon and Sharks. I feel like that word mind seems like more of a good idea with how everybody moves.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, I feel like since how everybody wants Delirium, we should probably check out that dwarven mine.
I agree. It seems Delirium is going to be the only way we get anything done around here.
And if we get some, I know at least the one weapon smith said he would potentially give us something for free. So I feel like that even be a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I suppose we should group back up with everybody and then go from there.
Alright, you guys leave the town, eventually arriving a mile away from where their location is. As before you get there, Warren, Shell, and Gwen, what do you do as you wake up?
Warren's probably already been up since sunrise. He's just been cleaning up the camp from last night, thinking about the talk him and Shell had. If Shell is still asleep, he's probably tentatively looking over him just to make sure he's okay.
No, he's
And,
awake. He's
okay.
wide awake normally.
So instead of like looking at you directly, he's just like catching glances at you, trying to take a couple peeks just to monitor you, and he's gonna just clean up the camp. How'd you sleep?
Exhausted. Still nonetheless different.
He smiles at that. He's happy you're okay. Are you awake, Gwen?
Yeah, I think you would see her because we're sleeping outside. Yeah,
I thought we were sleeping inside the tent, but
in
It's
the like
person
yeah,
tent,
we're
so-
outside. I think Gwen would be outside and she would be like sitting on a log, but not normal. She'd be like upside down with like her hair hanging there and just like kicking her feet. Oh, good morning.
good morning.
Morning.
I think Gwen would look at Shell knowing he hasn't drank, and she kind of like widens her eyes, like what to expect. How are we all feeling this morning?
Still tired. I'm also
Warren looks
hungry.
over at Shell before speaking. A little bit. Not like directly, but he kind of like glances over his shoulder. I'm okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you could see Senor Shell holding his shield. He doesn't have it on his back anymore. He doesn't have his cloak. You just see his rundown clothing and then probably exposed arm. But he's no longer his normal 5 foot. He's now the staggering whatever size I left him at. Yeah, 6 foot.
Well, I would make breakfast, but we agreed last night to meet up early in the morning to maybe head over to the church. It should be coming any second. Wait.
Oh,
I think I
perfect.
see them in the clearance. Is that them? Kind of like looks over.
Gwen will just like quickly kind of like backhand spring off the log and up and just like waving if pretending she sees them. She's probably actually looking the opposite way of Warren.
Don't think that's the right direction.
Oh yes, silly me. And then she just faces another wrong direction.
That one's also wrong.
Where it laughs.
I don't
Goes to
think
the
they showed
temple.
up yet.
Right. Well, in any case, he reaches into his backpack and takes out a couple rations of bread and his homemade jam that he made back at home. Let's just sit here and wait until they come then. He takes off pieces of bread and slices it with his knife and hands it out to both Gwen and Shell. Eat. Especially kind of hands it to Shell.
Gwen like nibbles on it, and then her eyes kind of like widen a little. You said this was from your home that you made.
If you are paying attention to like Waren's like eye movements, you can tell he's like totally fixated on Shell. So whatever happened last night, he's like completely honed in. He's making sure that he eats and takes care of himself. As he gets lost looking at Shell, he kind of doesn't ignore you on purpose, but he's like, "I'm sorry, what'd you say?"
And Gwen's just kind of looking around. Huh? Just like if she gets ignored, she's just like, whatever. La la la.
You can see like I think like if we're not eating, he's just searching his bag. You see like the alcohol flask he has in his hand. He looks at it for a second, but then like tosses it just to keep looking at something. But you do hear like the swish of the alcohol still being inside there. He throws like the 3 water skins he had of beer, of the muddy beer that we had,
no.
just tosses it out and is just looking for something.
Oh god.
Is Shell eating that at all or no?
Eating what?
The
Your
bread he
new
gave you
liquor.
with jam.
The bread and
No,
jam
he's
dip.
not.
He's looking
Okay.
at him and he's like, "Shell, eat, please."
Mm.
Gwen would come up and just jump, and she'd keep jumping up and down to reach your face and just keep poking you in the cheek, almost like a little kid annoyingly. Shell, why aren't you eating?
I must agree. Gwen, please eat. He offers the bread with jam on it, spread again.
He'll take it, but he'll like scarf it down in like a bite. Not bad.
He smiles. Good. He gets up off the log and eats his own share. Starts to stretch and cleans up the camp before the other party gets there.
And it's like while looking, he does get like a little vial. As he try to see whether or not this could work, he tries to apply holy water onto the arm. Which I think that like nothing will probably happen.
You notice it doesn't seem to do much. It's not like a necrotic wound. It would usually burn. It seems like it's already kind of infused into you. It doesn't feel like a rash on you. It's just you can see like your veins have changed around your arm.
Oh well. It just tosses the vial.
What was that? What'd you just
It was
try to
holy
do?
water from one of my buddies. He was a priest. He gave me a vial of holy water just in case.
See.
I think Gwen would see you try that too. And she would just like almost be serious for like a second and looking at you. And then just kind of like noticing you still look like unbothered, she'll just pass it off.
Waren's probably going to go to the vial of empty water, holy water bottle that you tossed away, and give it a sniff, just to make sure that it is what it was. After sniffing, I'm guessing it didn't have any like remnant of alcohol. He just
Oh
kind of
gosh.
like puts it down.
Yeah,
Holy
like I would
vodka.
waste. Yeah, I would waste holy vodka on my arm. He was just like, oh, man, I'm just
Listen.
thirsty. He needs to drink. Vodka
Dude,
goes
I was
in, and then
expecting
it goes to
Warren
the
to
whole
smell
body.
it, and it was rubbing alcohol.
Listen, Waren's wary.
It's actually chloroform inside there.
Oh,
Just fucking knocks out.
Jesus Christ.
Death.
Suddenly, the story changes.
Right.
Well, they should be here soon. We said we were going to go to the church to investigate to see if we could possibly handle this infection.
You know, you don't have to stay here. You can just go in the town, find them, and then come back over here. You already know where I'm gonna stay at. No, I'm really gonna be running.
He kind of looks out at the city, and then back at you, and gives a smile and says, "No, that's all right. I'll stay."
Plus, it's 2 animals and 1 person, so they might get themselves in a little carnival act or 2.
They can handle themselves. I'm staying. We'll wait here. Okay?
I think Gwen would giggle under her breath, kind of understanding Shell is like, leave me alone.
Fuck away from me.
Yep, and Waren's not getting it, so Gwen's just like,
So I guess we'll wait till the whole party shows up.
Yeah. We waiting.
I am also getting maps for kind of locations in the city, so you'll have actually areas where you can move your tokens and roleplay. People have made them, so it's kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
Then just theater of the mind. You never know, right? You eventually make it there after a good 30 minutes. Eventually see the camp, the fire obviously put out. See smoke in the distance.
Hey everyone. How'd everyone sleep?
Pretty shitty.
He chuckles. Same. But we made it through. I was just letting Gwen know we're going to be going to the church that was talked about here. Not the one in town, but the other one on the outside of Emberwood.
oh, the one I had mentioned.
Yes.
Sounds
Oh.
fun.
We're there now.
No.
No, we're
No,
just
we're just meeting up.
meeting
right
up,
here.
meeting up. Does everyone have everything they need?
You'd see like Gwen just like put her hand toward her back, grabbing the scissors to make sure they're there, even though they're like massive, and she would know if they're gone. Yep, already here.
Ready
Sounds
whenever
like
you
the-
need me, that's it.
Yeah. He kind of looks at the group, just making sure. Well, alright then. Let's head off. I guess you'd be in the front then, Gwen, because you know exactly where it is, right? Or yeah, I guess you heard of it.
You'd see her just kind of like skip forward, taking the lead. For sure. I mean, it was probably 15 years ago, but I mean, how much could things change, right? She just
Things
has, like, a
change a
big
lot.
smile.
But, we trust your judgment. Hopefully.
Kiss guild.
I'll follow behind with my shield on my back.
She takes her huge scissors and points them forward. Onward! Has far too much energy for
So
her
you
own
can
good this
go
time.
into the town if you want, Shell, but if those same guards do spot you out, there could be some issues. But they didn't follow you back to town.
Yeah.
But you're probably, it's still good to go in there. Like, you don't have to play the game. Like, oh, I'll never be able to go back in town ever again. Fuck this game.
I'm gonna be like Mr. Moo Moo again.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
no.
That's how you quit. That's how, and then he died by a fucking bird killing him.
Oh,
like the
God.
first session, too.
Sag.
He died like
He did
twice
his
like that.
purpose.
Alright. So after a good 30 minutes, you eventually come to the shrine. It's not too far away from the location. It is not correlated in Drakkenheim, but it is close to Amberwoods. You eventually kind of see through perspective. You can see Dessel Neepin, the ruins of Drakkenheim in the distance, but near, obviously, Emberwood Village. A shrine crumbling, an eerie reminder of a forgotten pantheon that once swayed over the region. Twisted stone effigies, long lost deities stand in the sentinel in the mists. Beaches worn smooth over time, stained with a reminder of what conspired here. As you eventually notice with your views, you can see 7 standing stones, comprised of ancient shrines resting within a small grove. Dying trees on the outskirts of the town. Inscribed in each stone are legends of primordial gods, between them resting the stone pedestals adorned with various animal bones, plants, candles, and lit every night. A crude old hut lies down in the dirt near the shrine, as smoke still billows out from it. The hole in the thatch of the roof chimney, an odd scent of herbs wafting from within.
Should we go see who's home?
Sure.
And would keep going.
If you'd like, you
kinda
can look
lead
at the
the way.
primordial gods. Maybe get some insight of potentially some lore around this place.
That's probably insight.
As you can look at them, you can roll a religion check.
Let's look. Let's look.
I have
And
guidance.
for those that have detect magic, they can use that as well.
I have shit.
I don't think I
Not
have.
the random village boy knowing the most. What's going on here?
Well, gods are your gods. Anybody knows gods, but you might know a little bit more than everybody else.
What is a god to a non-believer?
Primordial gods, of course.
It's a good thing I'm a cleric that doesn't really care about religion.
It's elements.
Because I got like a -1 to my religion checks.
Damn.
But religion is like...
I'll let
You
you
know what?
roleplay this out, actually. I'm going to send this information
it would make some
towards
sense.
Warren. So that's what you see, Warren. You can roleplay it out if you like. I'll put it in the Discord for you.
Okay. I'm gonna like stop on my tracks for a second and kind of speak to myself, but out loud. No, it can't be. The rumored stones. Well, certainly is aligned a way. Does it look the same way because I would say something like, back in my village, my mother told me of the legend of the gods, the old gods, stone of earth, flame, wind, water, life and death. And more importantly to me, he kind of points at the one carved insignia, the Stone of Time. Yes, it's been a while, but it looks perfectly in order. Someone gives great care for the old ways. I used to have a little miniature set myself. Well, it's kind of funny, really. They're all small rocks I could find, but it's amazing to see it in person. He kind of looks towards Gwen, who's been leading the pack. We should definitely see who's inside.
She'll just kind of like nod and continue forward.
All I gotta say about that. Oh god, it's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, don't worry. I'll pull your cloak up. Must have fallen over.
Thanks, Stripes. Thanks.
A little big on you sometimes, I guess.
Just see across an altar sitting in the stones, adorning offerings of animal bones and herbs. In the center pedestal, metal candles and symbols of life and death etched into the surface, suggesting it's a dual purpose of place with blessings and curses. The grove, once lush, on the grove, now a place of decay. A tree brittled, the bark blackened and leaves are sparse. Small fungi growing faintly in the dark, clinging to the roots. As you see the hut downwind across a thatched roof, as you can smell strange herbs, you can see clutters of dried plants in jars out from the windows.
I can tell this place is kept well, despite its decaying environment. But whoever lives here treats the old ways with great care. We should be very cautious when we interact with whoever lives here.
I'm going to put a silver in the plate and wish us luck for our next trip. In the altar.
Okay.
I don't, perhaps we just treat everything really delicately here. Wouldn't want to upset any, angry gods or anything.
You worry too much.
Gwen's gonna like run around behind dinner really quick.
And I'll use thaumaturgy just to kind of make a tapping on the the stone.
Paragon will turn around, pretty sharp. That's not funny. And he just sort of like gets this defeated look and keeps walking.
Sorry, minor. It would have to be minor illusion because I don't have thaumaturgy. I thought it hit at one point.
Gwen would pass you. Like after that, she would just kind of laugh and like take her hand and like pat your head and walk by. You just gotta lighten up a little. You can't be too worried. You got us.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay.
They never really helped us when it came to the city exploding. But
As
doesn't mean that I'm going to disrespect them.
Aegon gets close, he kind of whispers to him, Stripes and alright. Even though the gods should be feared and respected, they haven't given us much reason to honor them in such a long time. You'll be okay. Just don't do anything drastic to the person that's living here, though, probably. I believe they take this place very seriously.
Right.
Just don't show disrespect.
Gods are God for a reason. They can't be helping everyone. Otherwise, this would be a perfect world.
They certainly could have prevented this, unless they're the ones that caused it.
So you see a face looking at you, as it kind of startles you, Ren, a little bit, as you see this face looking at you.
Fuck.
So you see a crude,
God.
weathered hut of the woman coming out as she sees you at the window, seeing your presence. She's an elderly woman, wiry frame, her back slightly hunched from decades of toil. Graying hairs pulled into a loose bun, as the strands are sticking out from the branches. The piercing hazel eyes as kind of a shine of a glint, seemingly peering through your soul. She's dressed in a patchwork cloak made of animal pelts stitched together in green thread. A faintly glowing of moonlight strikes as her hands gnarled and her fingers tipped in the dirt and the remnants of herbs. She looks and hears you. Who goes there?
Gwen would do like this massive curtsy. The name is Gwendolyn, my dear lady. We mean no harm as our group has came here.
What brings you to Old Zoya?
She'll look back at Warren.
Yes, excuse me, ma'am. He kind of bows. My name is Warren, and I would just like to say you've done a very marvelous job with the stones here. The uptake, I can imagine, must be immense.
I'm surprised you're not
Um,
afraid of a witch.
He smiles at her response.
I'm just joking. I'm not a witch, but people wrongly fulfill their thoughts of me being a witch. She begins to open the door. You see her very hunched, very small. She used to stand 5 feet. Now she stands 4 feet because of her hunchback.
Oh, she seems to have the same affliction as Shell. I wonder if she also carries a massive shield.
Massive hump,
He's-
more like it.
He's gonna notion for Shell Comfort.
I am the last protector shrine of Emberwood's village, of course, in these dark times. Though I believe in the true gods, not the sacred flames they believe in. So what can old Zoya do for you?
Yeah. He's gonna notion for Shell. My friend here has gained an affliction in Drakkenheim, and we're wondering, or hoping, if you have any temporary remedies to help him out.
I do, but it'll cost you a pretty penny these days. You are contaminated then, I guess?
Yes.
And how were you contaminated?
By the juggernauts. Giant monsters.
Why
They
were you
blew
out
up
there?
Well, no. Trying to survive.
Survive?
Get money, come back with money, sell the money. The endless cycle.
We're curious. A few of us are on separate missions, but we're working together to try to accomplish them.
Well, I can remove it, but it's not going to be cheap.
Wait, you can or you can't?
I
didn't hear. Oh. What's the cost?
I think as the interaction is going on, Warren's immediately going to get on his knees and look up at her. Please, I'll do anything.
You
can help my friend.
Do you have the components? I require alchemy fluid or holy water.
So,
he kind of looks over and
can
kind
make
of like
some.
smacks his face.
How much holy water do you need?
100 gold pieces worth. And for all my service, is it 150 on top of that?
It's Shell's arm that's completely contaminated, right?
yeah.
Gwen would just jokingly look at him.
250 gold pieces should do it.
I mean, I could solve it, I think, for cheaper and just cut it off.
You
I don't think
could.
it works that way.
He just looks at you, he's just like, I still need
smiling.
the damn bloody arm.
But if you don't have coin, I can take services of gems or relics.
James.
Well, how much coin does everybody have?
I also brew potions if you're interested.
He kind of gets back up on his feet and immediately takes out his backpack and looks over his inventory. I have about, see, 32. Just
We don't have
But-
enough, we know that.
no,
I'm
no.
just not interested in Delirium. That stuff is terrible.
We've noticed.
He's going to count all his gold. I have about 38 gold pieces.
I have 48 on myself. So, we've got to be close then.
Gwen hasn't spent a single cent.
I have
She
spent
spent a
everything
couple.
for her.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So that's 108 plus 38, 40, 100, 146?
Yeah, I'm completely
He's
broke.
he's like excited. Oh.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I only have 10.
I've never worked for so less. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Hey, no, this is great, but we kind of have a headache.
Don't keep coming to me if you keep constantly getting contaminated.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for meeting with us.
That's all you came here for.
Maybe
You
you
need
might
help
know
with
what
anything.
caused the incident.
It's of course. The faith of the old gods have been punished here. The contamination is due to the thought of losing the old gods. The fate of this stupid sacred flame they believe in. The old gods are the primordial gods, are the true gods. They are the ones that can cleanse this world. Ooh.
Old gods.
You're saying that it was the sacred flame that started it?
I know so. They have usurped and turned the people away from the true faith, bringing their own equations to it. They're stomping out old traditions. That's a personal insult. The shrine of the old gods is the only thing left protecting Amberwood Village from the haze, and for its corruption spreading across the land. If I was not here, the haze would have taken this village long ago.
I just think I just like have a smile. I was like, can't really deny that.
As it's merely just fate at this point. If people have belief in gods and stuff like that, then.
Oh, for sure.
But some people who don't, it's poppycock.
Mm-hmm. Like any typical religion out there.
Gotta have some fate.
Well,
There's not
man.
much fate around these lands anymore.
I am curious to see what kind of potions you make.
Well, I have healing potions. Let's see how many she has for the sale. She does restock every 2 weeks. She has only one healing potion in stock right now.
Can I examine?
If paid
them
in
to see how-
advance, she could potentially procure on creating a stronger potion. But yes. The healing potion. 50 gold pieces.
He kind of looks over at Gwen and kind of whispers, "Do you mind if I can borrow a couple of coins?"
I'll pass you my
No,
10
I won't.
coins.
Without
Herringgon's
a quick glance, Gwen just like tosses her coin pouch at you.
Herringgon's gonna cast message towards Warren, and he'll just sort of go, I can make potions for half that price.
He's gonna look back, kind of surprised at being messaged in the first place because this is his first ever experience. So he's gonna freak out for a second, and then he's gonna realize it's your voice, and he's gonna stop. He's gonna go, "Yeah, but if we get a good rapport, she might maybe lower the price or maybe suggest something else we can do for her."
Herringgon will just sort of shrug.
As he realizes that he stopped notioning to buy it and looking at the lady. "Oh, sorry," and he kind of takes out the required amount of gold from Gwen's pouch and gives it back to her. "Thank you."
Like seeing Gwen throw the back, where he's just gonna look. It's just like, don't be wasting your money that much.
It's not a waste.
Oh, we
Just
need
showing
that.
that we could be good allies too. Faithful.
It's her money, not everybody else's.
And immediately as what's it called? Stripes says that out loud. He's gonna be like, "Here you go, ma'am."
What if both of us get knocked out,
I'll
Shell?
take that. And
There'll be
here's
no way
your
to
procured
adjust
potion. Be sure to not drop it. The vials are worthwhile.
Thank you very much.
We barely
I'll be
held
coming
our
back fairly
ground.
soon.
Are you talking to me? Then you should go to
But-
Drakkenheim if you can barely hold your ground.
Oh no, I wasn't talking to her. I was talking to Stripes. Yeah, hell no. I'm not gonna disrespect this old lady. She knows how to cure me. In fact, I will do house chores.
Well,
She
exactly.
does have
Give her the utmost
quests,
respect.
but her quests are not they're quests that would convey the rest of the campaign. They're not insta quests. As she doesn't like the Sacred Flame, and she wants you to meddle in their affairs to potentially spread the influence of Emberwood on how bad they are and how you shouldn't follow it. It's kind of like the church that you stay in every night. Stripes. They follow the Sacred
Yeah.
Flame.
Is that one of the factions?
The Sacred Flame. It's a faith.
Yeah.
It's not a
A faith.
faction. But
Okay.
it's a new faith. It's like following a god, like a pantheon as they follow.
I see.
But she follows the primordial gods, like
Mhm.
earth, wind, fire, all that.
The old gods.
The old gods that have been forgotten. But in this game, gods don't really play a part. They are not heard. They don't act in this world.
Yeah, so
It's
he was
more-
talking about
it's more
stripes.
religion and roleplay. You'll never kind of have your faith talk to you in this world, sadly.
He was talking about stripes, saying it's just like, in case that we need to heal me. He just looks over. It's just, if I'm not in the front, we're all running. That is simple.
Nobody gets left behind.
Yeah, the only one being left behind is me, and I'm holding the front lines.
Yeah, we'll have
No
your
one's
back.
leaving no one behind. Listen, he kind of glances back over to the lady. We'll get you the money. Thank you for meeting with us. Does
You
anybody
know
else
you can
want to
call
talk
it by a
to?
name, right? So yeah.
Kind of looks over at her and back at kind of disrespectful in the village. Addressed and all of her name. He kind of smiles at her. Thank you, anyway, for your time.
Yes, and if you are going back into Drakkenheim, be sure to find sacred relics. I would be happy to trade for those.
Treasure.
Noted.
We'll be doing that anyways. Do you have any idea of where any of them are?
No.
Oh,
If I did, I wouldn't
Speak
go in
grab 'em.
there and suicide myself.
no, just thought maybe you heard rumors or something.
If you're truly one that dwelled in Drakkenheim before the destruction of it, and you would know where would one be found. A good place is always a church.
Yeah, I can think of one, but it's gonna be hard to get to.
I did mention the church.
That in the castle.
Oh, you go into the castle? You will certainly die if you go there. That is where it all started.
We're not in a rush for that, but that is good to know.
Maybe you'll find what happened to the king and queen and their children. No one had found their bodies.
Well, if everyone's done, we can leave now. We found someone who can instead of that fat old tart.
Good news. Let's go.
Fat old tart will get you weapons that you can't get in the game. You want a fucking flame tongue? He's got it.
Mm-hmm.
A flame tongue. Hell yeah.
But it's gonna be expensive. But you know, you can get some weapons that you can't obtain.
He was just like, you did say it's like 5 times the price.
It's not 5 times the price. It's just pricier.
Warren kind of stops in his tracks, hearing Haragon speak. Was it something he needed?
Depending if you have Delirium, then he might be interested. Delirium is...
And you'll sort of notice Haragon reaches for his little artifact, and then he sort of stops. Actually, it's nothing. Let's head back to town.
He kind of waits just to make sure that you're like really that you're convinced that it's okay. He's gonna wait for a second. If you don't like make any objections, he's just gonna start walking forward back to town again.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk towards town too.
Yeah, we'll just head back to town. Fine. And you can see he's sort of made up his mind.
Then we're gonna get out of earshot of the older lady, or old Zelia. Let's say, what town? Are we thinking Drakkenheim or Amberwood?
Kind of turn around as he's walking. Isn't it obvious? Fade to black.
I think
Go massacre
during that
everyone.
walk back to Gwen is going to put her hand on Waren's shoulder to talk to him a minute. But Waren is gonna feel like she's gripping your shoulder painfully, like purposefully, and you will see her face is very serious. Waren, I do have to bring back up though a word of caution.
Kind of winces.
Back there with the old lady when you got on your knees and promised you would do anything, don't ever put your life out there like that again. What if she had been a hag and asked to make a pact, or asked for your head in turn for her services? If you truly want to protect the group and stay good with all of us, make sure you're keeping yourself safe first and not offering anything. And then she'll let go and just kind of like skip off, like back to being her kooky self.
It kind of just like look at her as she's like skipping away. He kind of like grabs his shoulder and looks at her, and continues walking forward, taking a mental note of what she said.
So I guess we get to make a decision. Do we want to go to Drakkenheim now, before we lose daylight? Or do we want to go to maybe the, figure out where the Hendrix, how far away from the Hendrix farm we are?
I thought we were gonna go back to Drakkenheim, but I am open for the farm as well. I just don't know what the farm may have. No.
I am in the same boat.
If we're
But look what happened with
searching
us.
for artifacts. Yeah.
What you say?
Look what
Oh,
happened.
about the
when we
delirium
found
and
out-
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
But
don't
we
know
also-
what's at the farm too, you know? There might be something that might can mess us up there too. I don't
We've
know.
also got to find a way to contain the delirium, because we do not need to be poisoned by it.
Well, I don't know, man.
Look what
Figured we could just. It's kind of a learning as you go kind of thing. I mean, now we know not to do a killing blow from melee range when we're going up against juggernauts, or we can infer maybe other.
It's probably a good assumption though on the creature, since that's how Chicken died too. Was remember
Right,
Tuna
yeah,
killed the
yeah,
thing and
that's
it
right.
exploded on me as well.
Wherein
Yeah,
did you
so-
not, like, I know you're back in the day when you were kind of cowering behind everything, but remember that group that came? We met up in the way here.
I remember.
Yeah, they had delirium, and all they did was touch it.
Well,
We don't need that happening to us.
Gwen
stay
like
away
pulls
from
her
it, then.
scissors out. I can touch it for us.
It would be a nice
Yeah.
way to just kind of contain it. Figure out a way to contain it before we touch it.
Mhm.
Because it
And
has the
Gwen like
ability
shows
to
that she can
corrupt.
absorb the like stuff from her sword.
The only issue is that I don't want to take too much time. He kind of looks over at Shell. I just want to get things done before we move forward anymore else. Now that we know that there's a surefire way we can help them, wouldn't it be best if we just try?
Yeah, but let's get all the info we need before rushing in. Like today was very successful, and it's only morning still.
Is the farm closer to us than
Farm's really
or
far
is-
away. It's a farm. It's not going to be
Ah.
nearby. It's going to be like an
Well-
hour or so.
Yeah, so it's about the same distance. It's half the distance of.
It's closer than Drakkenheim. Yeah, Drakkenheim takes about 2 hours to get actually into the outskirts.
All right.
Hey, Red, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feat, or like part of my ability, and I'm curious on the wording what your opinion is. So it says what I can do is, in addition to being able to empower myself with the necrotic damage, I can draw contamination into myself. Am I able to take that from other people, as in drawing it in, like pulling it out?
No.
Okay. Just from like the atmosphere or
Yeah,
what
the
it's at.
atmosphere. It's the haze
Cool.
itself. But you
Good to
wouldn't be
know.
able
Just
to
wanted to check.
cure people. Then that would defeat
Yeah.
the point of contamination.
Well, I was gonna like draw it into myself and see if I could take the contamination.
You'd probably kill
Yeah,
yourself.
he becomes the contaminated.
Yeah, but the contamination still inflicts anybody, even if you can wield it.
Oh yeah. No, I meant
No,
like
you
I would
can't.
take
You
it.
can't
and
take it out of
contaminate
him. No.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
But can she draw power from it?
Yeah, that I can
Yeah,
do.
you can
like
draw-
it says I can draw it into
You can
myself
empower
to
yourself,
empower
yeah,
weapons.
but it's
Ooh.
not ideal when it comes down
Oh, it's
to
definitely
life
not
and death.
ideal.
And then I also have that just in case.
We should go to the farm then, if it's closer technically.
Yeah, that's quite a ways before we get that spell, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I have the ability to learn it, but I think it's like a 5th level.
Yeah, so basically with all the spells in here, in this game it costs you the spell component. So obviously contamination is 100 gold pieces worth plus the spell. So that's why the NPCs are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, it would just be the spell, but it's costing both of it.
We could put a test as well. I have this feeling inside of me that I can increase somebody's
But
contamination
as you're
level.
higher in the areas, contamination gets worse. You can get beyond 1 level exhaustion. You can get 2 or 3. You can get it right away. The corruption can obviously, in a sense, you could gain. You can gain in one battle 3 to 4 levels of it and just die.
If Shell didn't succeed,
Yeah, so if you're fighting a lot of mobs contaminated, every time they smack you, you could potentially just die if you have too many exhaustions. And change and fight your friends. So, like, you have to be very careful with what you fight, because you don't know what's contaminated and what isn't contaminated. But as you fight and learn the monsters, you understand what you can fight and what you can't fight. But yeah. So you want to go to Hendrick's farm?
Sure. I'm down either way.
Yeah, I say let's do it.
Alrighty.
Alright, as you begin to travel to Hendrick's farm, it stands a testament to resilience of faith amidst the corruption of the plaguing lands around Drakkenheim. It's located at the outskirts of Emberwood Village, as it takes about a 45-minute hike. It serves as a haven for pilgrims of the falling fire, offering a warmth of shelter and camaraderie before they continue their journey into the ruins. So it's like a safe haven, and like it's like kind of Emperor Woods, but less cool. You're more of like you're a pilgrim and you're kind of in a shelter all day. As you begin to see the farm itself, it's not much to see. It is kind of a remnants of what conspired here. As you see, there's only one occupied farmstead instead in the Emberwood village. It's run by, obviously, Elijah Hendricks, as until his crops had become contaminated, his livestock perished, his wife grew ill and passed away, and after the meteor fell, he gave up farming and nearly gave up on his life. However, several years ago, an individual, Mathis, stayed in the farmhouse during her first pilgrimage to Drakkenheim. Her words inspired him as his new renowned purpose, as he offers shelter to any future pilgrim of the falling fire who makes their mark and treks into Drakkenheim. The harrowing fields are devoid of crops and no longer use production, as instead they are littered with small campfires, tents for passing pilgrims, as well as large barns, nearby farmhouses kept in good repair, though all the farm equipment have been plagued as they were kind of dismantled for parts long ago. As many members of the falling fire gathered here for their last stop before heading into the further ruins. Anytime, about 50 commoners congregate here with their wagons throughout the invited to come take themselves in towards Hendrix's farm, as destiny awaits them here on the very last pilgrim to come. So you see Elijah there, a well-weathered face, deeply lined of years of hardship, a wiry build himself, his gray hair, his eyes are bold in wariness, a newfound purpose, as he dresses in simple old but clean clothes with faded straw hat he often wears while tending the campsite. Ah, greetings! Ah, pilgrims have arrived! What brings you to my farm? You need safe haven?
Oh, hang on, we'll kind of look at the rest of the group. Why exactly did we head this way again?
Just to kind of scout out the area, learn about the surroundings.
I thought we were going to the farm to learn more about the infliction the contamination.
That as
I
well.
think this was just a normal farm.
Sorry, we heard multiple rumors about the farm and we were just kind of curious. Sorry.
Looks at you. Well, if you need a place of safe haven, you're welcome here. And we have the farmhouse, the barn, and the fields, of course. Many people have come here from far and wide to take camp, as they can't afford a proper refugee in the village. Money is scarce for many of these individuals.
Do you have much problems here with the contamination? Any strange creatures come?
Not that I'm aware of. But we have had some missing pilgrims, of course. They had departed from the farm and has not returned. I'm assuming they didn't make it.
They went inside Drakkenheim.
Of course. Many have saw fit to make their riches.
Did you
What
know
is
them
she?
all?
Not particularly. Some stay here for a few days. But I offered my land for those that can't find a home for themselves. Whatever sparse food I can venture them. But many bring their own from other lands.
You mind if I ask you a question?
Hmm?
I'm just kind of doing sort of a personal investigation. Um, what do you think caused the shower?
Some believe in the gods, some believe in particularly fate, and some believe in war. I believe in not a god, but I believe in the state. I feel it happened within. I believe somebody had created this destruction, imploded the land itself for a purpose.
Do you happen to know why? Or whom?
Of course,
you're
why?
thinking?
They wanted to choose the royal ship differently, but I think it went wrong and then realized it contaminated everything. I think ideally it was supposed to just kill the king and queen and their family. But merely just a thought.
Hey, anything is works. We appreciate it.
No one really knows why the calamity happened, but we all have our views.
I was too young at the time to really understand the concept, so.
Do you have any news that is the state of the Emberwood village? Or even news in the ruins? By chance?
I'll look at Warren.
Don't look at me. You were born there.
We were all there.
No, recent news. I don't usually go to the village. Stay clear away from there.
Seems to be holding up. What kind of info would you like?
Anything of interest, news about the war fronts in the ruins, the factions, potentially maybe even some gossip. I enjoy hearing what's going on. I have too much on my hands, honestly.
Gossip. Well, nothing in the town or the ruins.
Gwen would like
Oh,
go
for-
over and whisper, since she heard gossip. I did hear that I guess there was a Haragon in the village back over there that bought up all this fruit, but ate it first before paying the vendor.
I heard that Herringon was just really confused.
Is that
And
Herring gone
probably-
hung?
I'd say he's well endowed, but I wouldn't.
Warren's face goes red and
Oh.
face palms.
Gwen's cheeks just puff out and she's like giggling.
Our worshippers have the fallen star. I believe a faction of some sort. It's their leader, Athalion Flint is their name. They pulled into the barn over there.
Worshippers of what was it you said? Sorry.
The fallen star. Oh, sorry, the fallen fire. Falling fire. I will give you the. Oops! God damn it! This game does not want me to copy and paste this. You will copy and paste, I demand you.
Oh, the falling fire.
Fire. Fire. Fire.
The hairs on Herringon's neck will sort of stand up at the mention of that for a sec, and then they'll chill back down.
They are pilgrims themselves. They do not wear armor like you do. They merely wear robes and belts and tablets embezzled by the falling fire. I honestly think it's like some kind of cult of some sort.
I mean, it would sound like that.
It'd be interesting to look into.
What particularly is interesting about Nathaniel Flint?
I have a following group, about 50 or so around this place. Many have come in, and some have not come out. I've retrieved the most prized possession, Delirium. Some have rumored even Flint himself being connected towards Von Kessel. But that's merely just a rumor. I don't believe he has any nobleship in his blood.
Who's Von Kessel?
You don't know who Leonard von Kessel? Were you not born in Drakkenheim?
I was young yet.
He is the ruler and the king. Well, was. Long dead, and his family, his 3 children, perished, as well his wife. And once the calamity hit, they were the lords, the king and queen of Drakkenheim.
It's kind of getting me more and more interested in trying to find out what actually happened.
No one knows. Some believe they have either turned or they're long dead. Some believe that there's still a cousin or potentially a bloodline lineage that coexists still to reunite the people of all the factions and to rule Drakkenheim once more. But many of the factions see fit that that line has been broken and they wish to claim the land for themselves, for their own cause.
I take it that could be what the king's men are after, is the cousin?
If there was a true legal bound guardian of this individual that is correlated with Kessel, there could be a good chance that it could be reunited the people and reclaim Drakkenheim and purge away. But many believe that it does not coexist. We would have found them in 15 years by now, and nothing has been brought up. Most of the factions wish to claim the land for themselves. Even the Queen of Thieves. They wish to reclaim the land and see fit the world to be in their eyes.
Well, I do understand why they would stay hiding though, because wouldn't all the factions be trying to kill the rightful heir?
Some do not wish the heir to come out. Correct. Some wish for the calamity to stay as is.
Nice to get this solved and fixed.
But no one has ever been to Drakkenheim's castle. It has been covered in contamination and the great haze that deep within it. Even the strongest creatures dwell there. One can just get into the castle. One can find treasure beyond belief. Or they could easily be contaminated and killed away. And never see the light of day ever again. Become a part of the horde of creatures that dwell there.
During your life here, have you ever heard of anybody coming back from the contamination? Like, after being fully corrupted?
No. But I had a woman come here long ago, before my time, as I was about to give up on life. A wizened woman, piercing eyes, pursed lips. She was in her early 90s. Grey, black hair, coiled bun beneath. It was astonishing. She wore grey robes, clutching what looked like a leather tome bound. Her golden crystal dangling in silver chain around a necklace. I could remember it so clearly. She concealed what I believe a delirium shard embedded in her heart. That day changed me. I was about to give my life away. I lost everything. I lost my farm, I lost my wife. I lost all that I cared for. This happened 15 years ago. Yes. It has been a changing perspective. She went by the name of Mathis, but I've never seen her again. I don't know who that was. Maybe it was a god. Maybe it was some faith along my lines, but it's strange to see somebody that old and still full of life.
What did she do to inspire you?
She gave me hope. She gave me a future. She told me of what's to come in the future and what my purpose would be. I believe she was some kind of witch or some future teller, some kind of fortune teller, I suppose. But she said my purpose would be realized and my life would matter. I guess you could
And
say...
did she happen to say what her purpose was?
She hadn't, honestly. I was so dark in my own thoughts, about to hang myself from all this. She was very cryptic, and though her words and her own revelations, this is what has sparked me to live my life longer than beyond beyond. I've left. A lot of people live around here, saved countless lives. She said that all shall be set in the sacred flame to bring enlightenment and salvation to the universe.
Interesting.
Maybe I was talking to a god. Who knows?
And you said you witnessed her absorb one of the shards into her heart.
She had it embedded in her heart
I see.
and held it closely. Glue. Golden.
All should be set in the sacred flame? Is that what you said?
Sacred flames to bring enlightenment and salvation to the universe.
Sounds kind of culty.
And then after that, many of the falling fires conjugated here. And then, I suppose, that was that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
a lot of these followers are around this area.
Over the years, yeah.
Did they ever tell you where their hangout is?
The hangout? No. I
Like a
believe
place
it's
that they
here.
congregate.
Yes, that's what I was just asking, if they're all around this area. Because then maybe we could search around and maybe get a bit more information onto what this enlightenment may be. Or maybe they have a way, and she'll look at Shell's arm, of dealing with this contamination since she seems to have it embedded in her chest. Or he, they.
I think it's a little different.
They embrace it, so they're different.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had delirium in him, in her. He has a corruption. But I
Right,
don't
which
know much
spreads
about
from
what's
the
going on,
delirium.
so
Man, who cares? All we gotta do is just get the money, figure out how to get that holy water, and then just be done with it.
well, yeah, it would take me a week to make at least myself. Like a pure just making it. I think we should stay the night here. Like, have they been kind of, I'll look back at shoot, what's his name? Hendrix, and I'll be like, do they come here every night?
some leave into Drakkenheim and never be seen again, and some come back with shards. But you'll see many that have contaminated themselves with it.
Have you ever seen anybody have a container for it?
Never. They believe that if they infuse it into their body, they can become one with the falling fire. But none have ever changed or mutated, which is strange.
That is strange.
Well, thank you for helping us. Oh, and we'll definitely be coming back soon. But we should head into Drakkenheim.
Do you by chance need anything from the city on our way back?
Depending if you're offering freely.
Maybe.
Well, a lot of us could use more blankets, more water, and potentially more tents for many of the more individuals staying here. Many bring their own, as I give them safe haven. Some do not follow that path. It is not forced upon. It's only for those that see fit upon that. I am not a true believer of the falling star, or the falling fire as they call it. But I am changed ever since she had came my path here. I see a new light and a new place to live the rest of my days.
Now, I got a question. One more question. Did she ever cast a spell while she was trying to convince you?
Never. She had saw fit that there was much more to my life. I don't know if a spell was cast upon me, and if it was, it saved my life. But whatever it was, it's for the best.
Thank you for your time.
Alright, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. As you guys figure out if you want to stay in this place or potentially find this individual named Flint. Ask him some questions. But he may not be as very formidable versus Hendrix here, as he himself is the kind of the chaplain of this order, as his views and thoughts of the future of this pilgrimage itself is in a different light. You may confine and feel that you're being offered to join, but not forced.
We learned so much. Even if they're just rumors.
It'll be a good place to go off of.
For sure. I know I'd like to, I know I can bring a bunch of water if they wound up having, food and water if they wound up having, storage, but that would wind up using up a spell slot. So if we did ever come, it'd be like the end of the day type of thing.
Okay.
because I could do like create food and water.
I also have good berry, so
Yeah. But even then, those that's actually really helpful because that'll keep us from being hungry for 24 hours. But to find out that it started in the castle, that's a pretty good heading, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how it goes with the
That the
information
corruption
we've been
started.
on.
Where this whole incident started. Yeah, like they're thinking, like from what I
Well, the meteor just crashed down. It's just the castle's the most contaminated, being nearest.
yeah, but they're saying that somebody wanted. Well, these are all rumor based,
yeah,
of
this is all
course.
circumstance.
Yeah, it's all alleged.
So how I can see it right now is somebody didn't like the current reign, so they decided they wanted to screw them over by corrupting the king, maybe, and it just went bad, or all went south, and it actually kind of went out of control, and they didn't like maybe they didn't do something right with the spell, or somebody tried to stop them and screwed everything up, or but that's all just rumors and hearsay at the moment. But it's something to go off of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get another cup of Joe.
Run back.
I am also back.
Same.
I am too.
Well, if anyone else doesn't have any other questions for the guy, we should get going to
Yep.
Drakkenheim.
Ooh.
Dragon, right.
We don't want to meet with the cult at all. That
I
such a refuge in his barn.
I am reading my features and traits right now, and I just realized I can help Shell out even more.
Well, so do you think Flint will be able to help us?
Who?
Nathaniel Flint.
We can certainly go and look for him.
He seems like a fanatic, though.
Yeah, but it'd be good to get, like,
I mean, who
more
better
info?
to promote to our cause? Perhaps get adventurers that are more capable sponsored to find artifacts that, you know, they might want.
The falling fire wouldn't be a bad option to try to see about delirium leaves, just to keep something in perspective. So we could probably get information.
Yeah, like, so far, a lot of this has to do with the Falling Fire / Sacred, Sacred Flame faction in general. Some people think they started it, but so far that's just one person.
Well, we should try and find this Nathaniel Flint then. Did he mention where the group is located, or did they mention like?
Nope, that's what I was trying to get for where they might be holed up. Like when I asked about whereabouts their base would be or something like that. That's why I asked it. It was just to kind of get more info on where their hangout or their guild or whatever would be, so that way we can kind of take a look. But Shell, I think this might actually be pretty helpful for you.
Well, to be honest, we already got kind of the key of what we need for help, but I thought maybe you guys might want to talk to Nathaniel Flint for other reasons. Because we kind of already know what to do for Shell. He just needs some gold. He
In a
needs
way,
an alchemist. He needs 100 gold pieces of alchemist supplies or holy water.
yeah, we still need the whole. Yeah, we need the 100 gold pieces worth. For me personally, I kind of want to get working on the mission I'm on. One of the missions I'm on, which is also Jorzen's, which is to find out what caused the whole thing. And so far, a lot of it is leading to the Sacred Flame / Falling Fire or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's leading to them, and it'd be interesting, especially finding out how they can absorb the delirium without becoming corrupted.
Okay.
Like, that's interesting on its own.
Very. I feel like it would definitely come in handy to find out the ways.
Yeah.
Maybe we can come back here then. To just see if maybe a pilgrim who's with the Falling Fire faith, like stays there. You guys can maybe meet up or talk with one of them, maybe, or
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is tonight I'm actually gonna come down to the farm
okay.
for the night. I think we might need more. So if we can get more money for a couple more tents, that would certainly be helpful.
I can get us a couple tents.
Okay, well, still daylight. I think it's like early afternoon, right?
Yeah, if you want to, heading back, or are you leaving this area?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be going towards Drakkenheim.
Okay.
I think if
So,
nobody else
from what
has
you
any
know, is they are obviously part of the Falling Fire, but you do know that they follow that they had. It's kind of like as you guys know, they're a cult, but in a way that to potentially have those gems embedded into them, there's much more to be had than merely just placing it in them. It's more like a cult-esque kind of feel. One does not just do that naturally. It's not a natural occurrence to have it embedded into your chest.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the
So
reasons why
to
I'm
someone like
curious.
you, if you put it in your chest, you would probably kill yourself.
Yeah.
So it's something that you don't really know until you figure out what the concept of their whole future or ideal plan is. Alright, as you guys begin to set foot and leave Amberwoods once again, getting information and heading out towards the unknown to Drakkenheim, what it has in store for you all. So you begin to see the haze in the distance once more, shimmering and shining in the. So you begin to trudge through, hopefully not encountering any of the factions. Or maybe you want to, of course, unknown to what is conspired upon this urban location. So you begin to search through the ruins, maybe finding something worthwhile as you begin to embark yourselves. After an hour of travel, you eventually come around the streets again where you have once upheld, seen traces of buildings you have once viewed through, passing you in the Mimic Place.
Today I'm kind of curious about the garbage with the sewer. What do you guys think?
What could be in this? Do you think that would be where the fighting pits were?
Nope, you
That's
did
kind
say
of what I
somewhere
was
around there.
thinking. Yeah. And Shell was originally interested in it, but we kind of wanted to go a little further. But today we've used up a lot of time, kind of exploring the region. Like, so I'm thinking we could kind of take a quick dip in here, take a look, and then get ready to pack up for the day, and then come back early in the morning.
Well, with Shell's contamination, we're trying to search for money. Do you think we would find more there, or possibly at the other areas, and exacerbating his issue each night?
I'm thinking maybe if it is where the fighting ring is, we can make a little bit of money. That's just a thought.
Listen,
Guys?
I know you're curious about finding out the mysteries behind Drakkenheim, but I really want to help Shell out.
Yeah, but we need money to do that.
I don't think we'll find the pits right through the subway, I'll be honest. Well, not the subway, but the sewage. Seems a little bit more complicated than that.
You think it's just a underground basement or something? Because that's as underground as you're gonna get.
I think instead of going in blind, we should talk to someone in Emberwood. I think his name was Blackjack Mel. I think that's the way to go through, if we're ever to go through that route. But
Listen, I get it. You're a kid still. Making a deal with someone is basically making a deal with your own contract. The moment we sign up with him, we can't leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
He is a last-ditch effort to get money. And I know this from coming from the slums.
As you guys begin to travel, I would like Gwen to roll me a d10. You can see in the distance you've come across more clusters of ramshackle taverns, but left to the dust. This tavern you see before was once a tavern for potentially the men, as it has a leg kicking what looks like a table on the actual board of this establishment. As many of the letters are gone, as you can see, it once spelt something, but long disappearance of its former name.
Oh, I have Pass Without a Trace now. Oh,
Well,
no,
there
that's...
seems to be a
is
broken
that...
down building over here. And is that a man?
Besides that, you see just a broken down tavern. It was once probably a shoddy bar for women and men to get their freak on.
No. Well, would we like to investigate or keep moving on? It seems there are people over there.
Let's be cautious.
Gwen pulls her scissors out.
Snip, snip.
Not that cautious.
Circumcised.
I mean, you never know, right? What if they just need a
Right.
quick haircut?
He gulps, but continues walking in that direction. If in case we don't like the way they look, we should just keep moving and say our goodbyes.
There's nobody there. It's just a tavern, but you see basically like a leg kicking a table on the actual.
Oh, a leg.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was
Oh,
a
I thought you
guy's
meant.
leg.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah.
meant-
That's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah, there
weird.
was a table
A name with letters that are missing was once
I see.
Oh, okay. Well,
rundown tavern.
We'll scratch that. I didn't say any people then. Look, there's a tavern that's run down over there.
oh wow! Look, a tavern. Let's go in.
Oh, look. there's
An
a
empty
stripper pole.
tavern.
Oh, nice.
There's no people at all.
Whoa!
It's totally safe.
300 gold just sitting there on top, big chest that says "Take me." Let's.
Whoa,
kick
it says there's all the
Whoa.
beer that I want, but
Wherein?
too bad I don't want to drink it.
You know,
Wow.
usually I would believe that, and it would probably just be another mimic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
it
another
1000% would be.
Roll initiative. You face the mimics.
Alright. As you guys walk into this place, this tap is empty. There's no drink here. It's well spent and well destroyed. You see stairs leading up towards the stairs. It looks uninviting, as it looks very crumbled. Besides that, you see a cell down below, as it's locked and sealed. As besides the rest of it, you look and see all the tables have been crashed and burned. There's a pole in the middle of the place, a wooden pole. As you can see, pieces of remnants of coin that was once here, long gone, long taken or destroyed along its pathings. You can roll an investigation if you want to find anything of worth value.
I will guidance myself as I look for something potentially of value.
I might as well not roll.
I will look. I'm
Same
looking.
here, but I don't know why I can't click on it.
I got.
No, I mean, like, because I roll low all the time, so I'm like, might as well never.
I'm looking. I'm looking so hard right now. I'm looking for some gold, brother. Looking for some
So,
gold.
come on, load up already.
I'm looking for that gold, brother. Looking for that
Alright, Ren, you
gold.
can roll a D100. See what you find.
Let's see what I find, boys. Where's this thing? Ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-boom. 50.
You find across one of the shelves as it begins to kind of give way as you see what looks like a rat covered in dust. It looks real to you, kind of startles you for a moment, but then realize it doesn't move.
Oh. What's this? Everyone, I found something peculiar. Kind of looks at it, afraid to touch it.
Covered in a good layer of dust and debris.
He kind of like hesitantly looks at it, and then after looking at it for a bit, he attempts to pick it up and grab
Pick it up as it feels like it's made of glass or some kind of stone of such. As your handprints kind of smudge across it, it begins to show color.
And kind of takes out a bit of cloth from his back, from his backpack, and wipes it off. Huh. Some type of metal.
As you begin to unwrap it, you realize you can roll me a history check. Maybe you know what kind of stone this would be.
Okay. Oh,
You
I
have
do
no
not know.
idea. It looks like a green color stone. It is one color.
Everyone, come look at this. Kind of show it off. Yeah. Do you guys know what perhaps this is?
You guys can roll history if you like.
Definitely. I know exactly what that is. Not a clue.
She
It's
kind
a rock.
of he kind of waits with bated breath. Oh, really? You do know what it is?
Yeah, it's a rock.
Oh, actually, it's
Oh.
a rock that is very rock-like.
Okay.
It also has color.
I did notice
That's
that.
true.
I did notice that.
Shaw, you look at it closely. You don't exactly know what it is, but you know it's not a rock.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
it's not a
it's-
I
rock.
got a 17 on there.
He just looks
And,
like, I don't think it's a rock, guys. I think it's
As
actually like a pebble.
Stripes, your eyes begin to turn to dollar signs. You know it is a jade figurine made of pure jade.
It's just a green rock, man. I can hold on to it for you.
He looks at it, looks at you, says, "Yeah, sure."
Okay.
Can I inside him?
Totally.
He's just
Yeah, it's like
he has no reason to distrust him, so he's just like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care." Take it.
Gwen may not know what kind of rock that is, but she knows you ain't being truthful.
Alright, as Gwen, you notice, you can see with a smug kind of little shy grin as he pockets it.
Gwen
Anyway.
would just laugh.
He dusts off his shoulders. He dusts off, Looks like we didn't find anything here. Oh, drats. This is off his hands. Yeah. Anyway, did you guys find anything?
I think there's a
No.
locked door over here. Or cellar?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know how much it might be worth, or do I just know what the
It's 25.
material is?
I'm just giving you the worth for it. You don't know what it's worth, but it's worth. It's jade, so jade's usually worth money.
Okay.
I just gave you the bracket of it so you know if you ever want to sell it.
Oh, okay, I see it.
All right, you head towards the door, Gwen.
Gwen just stares at the door.
Sorry, I muted.
Door is strong.
Don't
distract
me.
Do I hear anything?
No, you hear nothing. It's quiet.
And you said it's locked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know how to pick locks by chance? Otherwise, I might just smash it.
Did you want it picked?
Doesn't have a pick. It's like a sealed door.
Just break it open.
Okay. And then
Did you try to open it?
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was locked.
Oh.
You're attacking it. All right. You attack the door. It scrapes and you hear metal hitting metal. It's the worst noise.
Oh.
Good to know.
As it does damage to it, but it doesn't open it.
Okay.
As you do that, you begin to see something seeping out from the door.
I would lead back immediately and
Let's
tell everyone.
let's get out of here.
Something's coming out. Get back.
As it can't
Okay.
as it seeps out, but it can't. You can see this black molasses liquid.
Oh god.
Okay. Oh no, another mimic.
Yeah.
We struck oil.
America,
I
don't
don't
fight
like
him.
to look at that. Maybe we should leave.
Yeah, and couldn't break it anyway. It looks to be made of some kind of metal.
Maybe what's left over. Maybe what's left inside should be kept there.
She'll put her scissors back on her back and kind of start heading out.
He's gonna follow immediately with great haste. One would say.
All right. You head back out.
You know what? No, I'm opening the door. No, I was kidding.
I'm kind of curious about
Wait a
that.
second.
Use
Hey,
your
Gwen?
strong hand.
How interested are you getting into that door?
No, I'm not interested.
I would say like 50-50. It depends on the group. I mean, I have no real allegiance to opening the door. It just seemed interesting. We're trying to find money. She just is like rambling while like looking around.
Yeah, because we could maybe come back tomorrow, and I could try to I could try to prepare something to see if it's trapped, or we could just investigate to see if it's trapped.
Yeah, that could work.
You can tell the door had been kind of. It's sealed because it hasn't been open in a long time.
Yeah, so just a little more brute force. You know what? How bad is the ooze coming out?
It's pouring out a little bit, but not very much.
I'm gonna touch the ooze.
All right.
Are we seriously going to? As he's like,
As
he's
you feel
realizing
this
that nobody's
viscous
following
thing.
him.
It tingles on your hands. Whatever this
It's like a
is.
burning sensation.
Oh god.
It just tingles for the time being.
Could you at least touch it with your bad arm?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
always
yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
he has his right arm just as his shield, and his left arm is completely exposed. So he's using the contaminated one.
It reeks of some kind of chemical.
Can I? I don't know if an investigation will help. Can I see if there's any traps on this door at all?
There's no traps on it. It's just a sealed
Okay.
door. It's like one of those like portholes you see in the ships. They're like sealed. It's like what's the word? Starts with an S. I forgot. But yeah.
Michelle, you seem pretty sturdy. How good are you at ramming stuff?
Oh, it's seized. Sorry, my apologies. C word.
I'm good at ramming things, yes.
Do you think you'd be able to smash this door open with even your shield, like swing it around heavy enough? Or do you think this goo here would be a bad thing to kind of release?
It doesn't feel like it's burning my skin, but it gives me a tingle.
Wern kind of pops his head back inside. Are we seriously opening the door?
Hey, you know the phrase, right?
No.
Curiosity killed the cat.
He kind of
Yeah,
blinks.
and I'm not going to be a cat in this one.
I mean, the rest of that phrase, though, is but satisfaction brought it back.
Yeah,
So I guess from
exactly.
his perspective, he does have a point, but I'm not a cat personally, so.
Yeah.
Joe,
I'm not-
what
Maybe
is
I-
that on your arm?
I'm not really strong.
What are you
enough to
touching?
Really smack
He has it on his finger, but he's just like testing it.
Don't touch
Ooh.
that.
Do you have any jars?
Joe, wipe that off.
No.
Let's go.
I'm gonna empty one of my water skins, and I'm gonna scoop up as much of this
Can you grab them in your
fluid.
hands?
No, because it's viscous. I'm just gonna kind of use.
It's not very much on the ground. It's very a fine amount.
Oh, it's just very minimal.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. What could be behind this door? Can't be that important, can it? Oh,
Does
look,
anyone
over a shell.
have the ability to fire? Let's see if we can burn this thing.
It's made of metal.
No, I meant
I'm just
the
talking about the
acre.
fluid.
Yeah, the ooze.
Unfortunately,
Gwen's
I
gonna
don't
like
have
interrupt. Maybe fire wouldn't be a great idea on a dilapidated building that's all dusty and could probably set ablaze in seconds.
Yes, I know that. I'm just trying to burn the goddamn thing in my hands.
Oh, off of your hand.
I'm thinking it could be oil.
Oh.
Did you taste it?
Do you want to taste it?
Do not taste that.
It looks like you just like. I haven't thought about that, but I'm not gonna try.
Do not. Yes.
It was very tempting.
It was tempting.
I mean, he already touched it.
It's giving me a tingling feeling, but nothing different. Oil doesn't do that.
Well, at least wipe it off.
I'll use your shirt.
You wipe it off. It leaves a stain on your skin.
Does it have a smell, actually, by chance?
It does smell like chemical, like a mixture.
Okay.
A chemical.
It leaves a stain, like a black stain.
Yeah, like soot, you know.
Mmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, oil does that. Never mind.
I'm gonna do sorry.
Well, come on. Let's go.
I'm gonna take out my mace and try to hit it.
Yeah, I'm backing off on that.
All right, you cudgel it as more begins to spew out.
Oh.
Just like,
Glad
if
I'm
he
not
wants to do it, yeah, it's like if he wants to do it, that's
Does it look like it opened it all more,
It's
or
denting it. That's all it's doing.
how badly? Like you barely put
Very
a dent in it?
minor. Your little hammer.
fortune
What do you
favors
guys
the
think?
bold,
Should
man.
I keep going?
If we die, I'm going to haunt you.
Oh, that's fine.
They're gonna lock the door on you and leave you there.
Not
Gwen's
if I
gonna
break the
hold the
hinges.
As you just hear him hammering.
Yeah, just gonna hammer for a couple more times. If it doesn't break open, then
While he's doing that, since Shell mentioned something about fire to try and get off his skin, Gwen is going to light one of her torches and just be like, "Here you go."
Well, I don't have it on me now. I wiped it on my kid's shirt.
Oh. Well, dang. I don't really want to
Unless
toss
you
it
want to
on
light
him.
that on, yeah, it's just like. Unless you want to light him
You
on.
break one of the hinges off as the door is now ajar. It's not able to be open as you hear a heavy scraping. The door hits Slanter as a bunch of this liquid splashes all over his stripes. As you become from an orange cat to a black one.
oh,
Aw.
As it tingles your entire body.
I'm gonna start kind of wiping it off. So that room's covered in this goo, and then I'm gonna actually, while I'm wiping it off, I'm gonna scoop it into the wineskin that I was talking about.
All right, you can do that.
And do I take any damage?
Nope.
Okay.
You just feel gross, and you smell like some kind of chemical agency mixed all over you.
Ew, he's got that hospital smell.
So I smell sanitized.
Yeah. You can tell it is actually almost like a dye of some sort, as it's changing your fur color to black.
Is it still pouring out after it splashed him?
It's gulping out, kind of like driplets,
Very
spilling out
viscous.
because the hinge is broken, and
Right.
it still has a second hinge before the door falls.
Well, we've got one hinge down. Do we want to do the second or just go?
I mean,
At this point, you're already
you
kind
might
of
as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever happened,
Keep
right?
on smacking the door.
Alright, you smack at the door, eventually giving it a full 10 minutes of smacking the door. The door eventually gives way and it slams inward. Smashing as you hear a bunch of glass break as more spews out.
Gonna kind of back away from the door and let it kind of spew out for a little bit.
And begins to spew as it begins to almost like a foot deep of liquid begins to spill out.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna stand on the door, and do I see anything in there?
See darkness. Just black and darkness. Shards everywhere, like glass.
Gwen shouts in, "Do you need my torch? I can toss it to you."
No.
Okay.
I'm good. You can toss it in after I get out of here, though.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
And then I'll I guess because I can't find anything, I'll walk out and I'll say, I'll give it a shot.
You see a cat in a new shade of color.
Does anyone know who this is?
I think
She said
that
jokingly.
I
It
think
looks
I'll
like
get an
stripes.
advantage on
He's
stealth
he's
now.
caked in it too, so it's like globs.
So I guess I'm tossing this in. Should we step back just in case if Shell was right and it's
How
explosive?
about let's get a little bit out first.
I think it's
and
probably
not burn
best
down
if
the
we
whole
just
building.
step away.
It's grease oil where you just put it on your hair. It's just like,
No,
hey!
Aragon, no, let them. He kind of folds his arms, disappointed at the whole interaction.
I'm like there standing next to you too. I'm just like looking.
No, I don't think we should burn it down because it could get out of hand.
Oh, you think it's
Oh.
not out of hand now?
No, not at all.
Well, stripes.
I think on the
It's
bright
like
side.
glops of shit is just glop it off. Like, right.
Let me wipe it on you.
Oh,
Is that
On the
even
bright
outside?
side, hey,
But it out.
you
Is
got to
that
look
stuff
at the
dripping off the
positives of
stripe?
this stuff. You got to look at the positives sometimes with the negatives. At the positive of this, I bet you I get advantage on stealth because I'm pitch black.
But you smell from a mile away.
Right.
But I'm so nose blind right now that I can't smell
I
it.
can't smell anything. It smells like fucking hairspray basically in your nostrils.
I'm
With
pitch black. I
Stripe
should
being
get
covered,
advantage of stuff.
You
is
get
it, like,
advantage, but you
dry
get
on
disadvantage
him?
because they can smell you.
Yeah, exactly. So, but to me, I can't smell myself. So.
I can't taste anything anymore.
Is he able to like remove any of it, or is it
Yeah, you
just
can
like
wipe it off
it
of
died?
him. It's just it looks
Okay.
like it died.
When
His fur has died now with this color. You would need
Stripe,
like some heavy duty like fucking detergent to get that shit off.
Prestidigitation.
right?
Does
He did
anybody
use
Stripe,
to
would
have?
help
you
with that.
mind
No?
putting a little of
No,
that
it won't
goo
take out
over
the
by a
dye.
tree?
What'd you say?
I was asking Stripe if he could put some of the goo that's like on him over by the tree, because she's gonna try and burn a little bit and do a small test.
Yeah, I'll walk over there and I'll just kind of just
He just hugs the tree.
lop it off and just kind of like as if you're trying to clean like goo all over your body. Just kind of just.
You know the tree is flammable, right?
Yeah,
That's fine.
why I
It's
was
in its
asking
own little
out
area.
loud.
I'll just kind of clean off as much as I could.
If he got some like on the tree, then just because don't want to set the whole place on fire, I am going to use my scissors and cut off a piece of bark that has it on it, and then set it on the ground and touch the torch to it.
Oh no, there's like a puddle on the ground right beside the tree.
It does engulf in fire eventually. It does take a while, but it doesn't last very long. It just engulfs for a few seconds and it dissipates.
And
Does
did
it all burn
like,
away?
burn up the like
No,
did
it
it
does
burn
not
up
burn it
the
away. It looks like it's only taking whatever components are inside the liquid.
Interesting.
It looks like it mixed with something else.
Well, I mean, I guess at least it's not instantly explosive, as it took a minute to catch, but
It'd be nice to.
she'll look at Stripe. At least you won't catch on fires right away.
Well, I'll have it cleaned off. I'll just have to go to like a bath or something.
I mean, your brother doesn't want snakes in you. You stink. Smell like a fucking automotive place.
So it is oil.
Well, that was
there
interesting,
It's
though.
Was there anything else in the room, Stripes?
They haven't. He
No.
didn't bother going in because he saw glass shards everywhere in the liquid.
Oh, I did. But
Yeah.
you said there was nothing
There
in
was
there, so
yeah, it was just black, but liquid and glass shards on the fucking ground.
yeah.
It's hard to tell because you haven't really fully going in. You didn't want to go in there. You're just using your sight.
Oh well. If people ask, well, you guys want to know?
Stripes, there's no
Or
way
does
in
somebody
hell
else wanna
you
give it a
broke down
try?
that door for about 10 minutes for you not to go in. Yes, go in.
Get your ass in there and die.
I'll go in. I'll investigate the area then.
Alright, you go back in to there. As you eventually step on some glass, it does cut you for a point of damage.
Scream like murder if you need help.
So you look around.
I'll keep looking.
You see what looks like there was a bunch of like boxes that have been badly. They're fully caked. You can't even see what they used to say, but they were exposed and open, and full of glass, full of this liquid now. And there was like, I'd say like there's like 4 crates that have been stacked on top of each other. Now all like kind of spilled out.
So, like cardboard or wood?
Wood. Cardboard? Yeah, right, in this day and age.
Well, hey, for it to get crushed, for 4 crates to get crushed by a door.
Well, it looks like it wasn't the door. The door kind of helped with assistance of releasing the oil or whatever this liquid is, mixture of it's like a viscous, like it's the consistency of oil, but it's not oil. It's a mixture of multiple chemicals mixed into one.
Okay, well, I'll look for anything that's of value or anything that's info of what this room was.
You can't find it, sadly. This door has not been opened in probably over a decade.
Can I see anything on those crates that show any
No,
symbol?
no
No.
symbol. The symbol's caked in this black. It's seeped into the wood.
Yeah, that must have been there before. These crates must have been broken before we even opened it because
Well, this is
the
a
door
as
kind
it
of-
is like a tavern meets brothel. So whatever this was could have been multiple liquids stacked together and mixed together.
Well, did you
Yeah.
find anything interesting in there?
No, just just some old boxes and some glass.
Well, that was a waste of fucking time. He kind of unlodges his shoulders and heads outside.
All right, so you head back out straight. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You take another point of damage as you leave. As another piece of shard stabs into you. Walking out with muddy footprints along the way.
I'll go back to the tree and just kind of scrape off whatever new liquid was on me, and then catch up to the group.
Stripes, as he's like holding his nose. Stripes, do you have any smell goods?
Smell goods.
Any type of berries that you can put on your skin? You kind of smell like what my mom used to give me when I was sick.
Cough medicine. That's a good thing then, isn't it?
I don't know, but you stink.
Unfortunately, until we get back, I can't do anything about it.
Great.
Nobody wanted to try to open the door, so.
I don't think you should. Fuck it. Let's just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You eventually pass the sewer system and begin to vacate away from it, I'm assuming. As you begin to try to get yourself towards one of the walls once again.
We're going. We're going.
Alright.
I am going to while I'm doing this. I am going to cast. Try to cast this and see, because due to it being liquid, I doubt it'll work. But at least it's an attempt.
No, I won't get rid of it. The smell will be
Okay.
on you, and it's really encrusted into your fur hair.
Okay.
You need that like one herb.
Bro,
You need to shave now. You need to go bald, cat.
bro,
No.
you're SpongeBob from the Suds episode. You ever see SpongeBob in the Suds episode, brother?
Yeah.
You need a fucking deep clean, my guy.
No, I'm pitch black, man.
I love it. They grab him as a sponge and start putting him in the fucking cleaning all the dishes.
Yeah. You
And
definitely
I'm
need
like, la la
some-
la 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 la.
definitely need a Suds.
Alright. I like Warren to roll me a D100.
A hundo.
A hundy?
hundo. A hundy. 57. You see 500 gold pieces in the middle of the road. It says, please take me and cure your friend. Thank you, DM. Thank you, player.
Which one?
You finished the campaign. And they.
We finished the campaign. Whatever.
500 gold to finish the campaign. Nice.
You got the end game item somehow. Congrats.
Congrats.
You get the ancient relic that gives you level 20 access, but everyone else
As
dies.
you hear a rather scornful moaning noise in one of the nearby buildings, as it moans and wails loudly. As it
Yeah,
sounds
no.
unnatural.
Definitely sounds like not my problem.
So you get out of there.
I agree. It is not my problem.
Do they sound like people screams or?
It sounds like in between it sounds like a human scream, but it's a moan, and you can hear almost the moanings related towards like misery.
Okay.
As like Gwen said, not my problem. What's it called? Warren kind of like stops in his track, looks and hears the sounds, but he also agrees, not my problem, as he whispers under his breath.
Just quickly avoid the situation. Make
Well
your
done,
way
Warren.
further away from the location. As you hear
Yeah,
the
I thought
moans
you
get
were
louder as
taken.
you begin to vacate from the area, you can almost see like glass start to crack from those moans.
Oh, it's quite loud.
Quickly,
And
we have to help the opera singer.
Yeah. We leave the vicinity.
Yes, it seems to be growing in noise as well. Oh well. And then Gwen will keep skipping forward.
La 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 la.
Follow closely behind. We've played Curse of Strahd to know how these things go.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen a basement or two because we've been through a basement or two.
Nice try, wailing monster.
Who's actually a person like in a broken abandoned vehicle, like, oh God, help me! Ah!
It's probably actually someone who's like really key to the story too. We're just like, yeah, bye now.
As you eventually get towards one of the gates, eventually after a good 2.5 hours of travel, you eventually see one of the gates upholding the church's location. As you see, there are some guards along its ranks. You can see the symbol of a goblet with fire. As you see men with armor, shields, swords, as they look like a regiment of paladins.
Oh God.
These guys again.
Again? Gwen's like,
Is it
I'm
the
gonna
same people?
assume
No.
that-
No.
I don't think it's the
assume
same
they're with
people.
the same group, though.
Yeah, let's just.
Is it the same
You guys
group?
can roll a history check if you recall this.
Yeah. Let's see if
Let's
I
just
can.
try to avoid them.
I'm gonna
We don't want
guidance.
to get in eye contact with them or not. Oop, I gotta.
Shall you know them as the Knights of the Silver Order?
Oh yeah, no. Stay away from these people.
Okay.
Are they the group we ran into yesterday?
No. If they see me, they'll kill us all.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's just go the other way then.
As you begin to have to do a U-turn going around the vicinity, as you will see fit the church to be out of hand for the time being until we find another way around.
So who are the Silver Order? He kind of looks towards Shell as we're walking back.
And why would they kill you?
Long story short with them, they are people who consider the contamination and everything a monstrosity. So thinking that, what do you think when they see a person with contamination? They'll purge every single thing you are near. You were with me the longest, they'll think you're contaminated too, and kill you without mercy. They'll even kill children. if they even think they had anything on them.
Yeah, allegedly they always say that they want to protect the common folk, but they definitely are trying to get rid of anything, including delirium. So if anyone has any of this on them, it could spell trouble.
So out of context, they plan to destroy Delirium at its source. They will stomp out the heresy of the Falling Fire, so the other faction that you've met. And they will see fit to preserve holy relics in Drakkenheim at all cost.
Alright.
That seems like could have any reason to stay away from them then. They're willing to go.
Have you seen Warhammer? It's just like that.
He's
It's just like all of a sudden, just like in characters, like yes. Have you seen Warhammer?
Heresy.
It's like a tavern.
How late is it right now there, Red?
It's 3 o'clock in the day.
And which location are we at right now?
You were going towards location 20, but it is blockaded by there.
Yeah, we had to make a Yui, so we might have to. We might have to call it a day, since you want to go back to that farm, and I guess
The farm is a while away. Oh, you mean the
yeah, I
other
don't know.
farm?
Yeah, I don't know
Hendrix,
why
it's
you.
supposed to be out.
Wait, there's another farm?
No, it's
Yeah,
the farm.
What is
that we
this?
started with.
Farm Valley?
Alright, you find another location and you begin to U-turn, going back where you came from, eventually trying to find another path. As you travel some more, I'd like Stripes to roll me a d10.
Sorry, that'd be a 2.
Oh, yeah, sorry, give me a second.
1 second.
1 second.
You find what looks like a makeshift encampment. There is a canvas tent, a sleeping bag, and a few improvised barricades. The ember still burns in the campfire.
So I found that there's an encampment over there. What do you think? We should avoid it? Still looks fairly fresh.
Go. Why not? Might find something to help.
You can. I don't think me going is a good idea.
Why not?
I just point at myself and it. Duh! You guys said a smell, so I don't think it'd be a good idea for smell to get up closer. I smack you in the back of the head.
Kind of chuckles. Well, you did it to yourself. Kind of walks forward.
Just like you did that to Shell.
Okay.
I say under my breath.
Are you heading to it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay behind where they think it's a safe, because they obviously haven't smelt me from this distance, so I'm just gonna stay behind. Just kind of watch the route coming towards us.
Alright, you guys begin to look around the vicinity of the area.
Definitely.
I'm assuming you're looking at it. Warren?
Yeah.
You can roll investigation.
Okay. Let's see here. Investigate. I'm gonna investigate so hard right now. Investigating.
You begin to look around as you see nobody's in sight, but you do see on the ground, you can roll a survival check. You see footprints, hands, movement. Something's happened here. As you can tell, there was a struggle here.
Is it fresh? Can I tell? Is it fresh? Did the recent struggle happen recently?
An hour ago.
Okay. Everyone,
As you can tell, there are potentially 5 individuals here.
everyone kind of says in a hushed tone. Oh wait, are we still messaged, by the way, Harrigan?
I'd have to recast it. You only
Yeah.
get to send one message back per cast.
Okay, I thought it was like a time limit thing. Okay.
No, that would be like linked minds or something like that. Telepathic bonds.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna say it in hushed tone. Everyone, be on your guard. Jordan, try and get your brother back here. We're not alone. He draws out his sword.
Gwen has her scissors ready. Does a few snips.
Steps forward tentatively, tracking the footprints, seeing where the origin of the struggle happened.
As you look around, you hear glass shatter from the corner of you. And then you hear a door break down. As you see an arrow fly at you. As we'll end our session there.
Oh.
Aw.
Damn.
I'm stealth, so I get. Yeah, boy. I don't know how good, though.
As you've been ambushed.
Glad I stayed behind.
Ah! Making out to be surprising case.
We've been ambushed, boys. Oh no.
We've been got, boys. Rattle them.
Thanks for the session.
See ya next week.
All right, so
Hey,
who wants to
Red,
start betting again?